How'd you like your first day on the job?
Easy, miss. I've got you.
To commit the crime of the century, a man would just naturally want to face the challenge for the opportunity of destroying everything that he represents.
Otis, take the gentleman's case.
When Superman hit theaters in 1978, it became a groundbreaking cinematic event that changed the landscape of superhero movies forever. Directed by Richard Donner, the film presented a bold vision that captured both the grandeur of a comic book epic and the emotional sincerity of a timeless story about hope, courage, and humanity. The movie opened with an unforgettable promise to make audiences believe that a man could fly, and it fulfilled that promise with a mix of pioneering special effects, heartfelt performances, and an epic score that still echoes through generations of moviegoers. From its opening moments, Superman introduced audiences to a richly detailed world, starting on the doomed planet Krypton, where the story of Kal-El begins. This celestial world, filled with shimmering crystalline structures and a sense of tragic destiny, set the stage for one of cinema's greatest origin stories. The film follows the journey of the infant Kal-El, sent from Krypton to Earth by his father Jor-El to escape his planet's destruction. Landing in Smallville, Kansas, he's raised by the kindly Jonathan and Martha Kent, who instill in him the values of humility, kindness, and moral strength that define who he becomes. These early scenes in the American heartland give the story a deeply human touch, grounding the alien hero in a world of simple truths and emotional sincerity. As Clark Kent grows up, he discovers his extraordinary powers, super strength, flight, heat vision, and invulnerability, but it's his humanity that sets him apart. The film uses these formative years to highlight the contrast between his immense power and his gentle nature. Clark's decision to use his abilities for good is born from his upbringing, not from destiny alone, and that moral foundation becomes the beating heart of the film. When Clark moves to Metropolis and dons the red and blue costume, the tone shifts from rural sincerity to urban energy. The moment Superman saves Lois Lane from a helicopter crash remains one of cinema's most iconic sequences, not only for its technical mastery, but also for the way it captures pure cinematic wonder. Christopher Reeve's performance in this scene and throughout the film became the definitive interpretation of the character. Reeve balanced charm, humor, and idealism with a subtle sense of loneliness, portraying Superman not just as a hero, but as a being constantly navigating between two worlds. His transformation between the confident Superman and the awkward, bumbling Clark Kent is nothing short of remarkable two sides of the same man, portrayed with precision and heart. Margot Kidder's Lois Lane brought an equally vibrant energy to the film. Her sharp wit, determination, and chemistry with Reeve made their relationship one of the most beloved in comic book movie history. The dynamic between Lois and Superman, marked by playfulness and sincerity, gave the film its emotional center. The flying sequence between the two, set against the backdrop of the city skyline and underscored by John Williams' breathtaking score, remains one of the most romantic moments ever captured in a superhero film. Every note of Williams' music elevated the story to mythic heights, giving Superman an aura of nobility and wonder that still defines the character's cinematic identity today. The film's villain, Lex Luthor, portrayed by Gene Hackman, provided a perfect counterbalance to Superman's sincerity. Luthor's mix of intelligence, arrogance, and dark humor made him a unique antagonist, less about brute force and more about manipulation and cunning. Hackman's performance walked the fine line between menace and satire, making Luthor both entertaining and threatening. His plan to destroy part of California for personal profit served as a reflection of human greed, showing that even in a world of superpowers, the greatest dangers often come from human ambition. The supporting characters, including Ned Beatty as Otis and Valerie Perrine as Miss Teshmacher, added comedic rhythm that softened the film's darker themes without undermining its drama. Behind the scenes, Superman's production was one of the most ambitious projects of its time. Richard Donner approached the film with a philosophy of sincerity. He wanted to treat the material with respect, not camp. This approach was crucial in turning what could have been a simple comic book adaptation into an emotionally rich epic. The visual effects were groundbreaking, using wire work, optical compositing, and advanced camera techniques to create believable flight sequences that amazed audiences worldwide. Every technical innovation was aimed at one goal: to make the impossible seem real. That pursuit of realism within fantasy gave the film its legendary tagline, "Real weight." Audiences didn't just see Superman fly, they believed he could. Filming Superman was a monumental undertaking that spanned several locations and even countries. The Krypton scenes were filmed with futuristic set designs that relied on glowing materials and unique visual effects to create a world unlike anything seen before. The Smallville sequences captured the warmth of rural America, while Metropolis, brought to life through the use of New York City locations, became the perfect urban contrast. The film's balance between myth and realism, spectacle and sincerity, helped it resonate with audiences of all ages. Its cinematography, led by Jeffrey Unsworth, gave it a rich cinematic texture that blended science fiction with Americana, myth with humanity. Superman's success wasn't just measured by box office numbers, it became a cultural milestone. The film's release redefined what was possible in cinema, paving the way for future superhero movies. Before this, comic book adaptations were often seen as light entertainment. Superman elevated the genre into something emotionally and artistically substantial. It combined the spectacle of science fiction with the heart of a classic character drama, setting the gold standard for superhero storytelling. Its influence can be seen in every modern superhero film that followed, from its tone of sincerity to its focus on dual identity and moral responsibility. At its core, the film is about hope, the belief that humanity is worth saving, even when it stumbles. Superman's compassion, restraint, and unwavering sense of right and wrong serve as reflections of the best in all of us. The narrative never shies away from exploring Clark's internal conflict, the loneliness of being different, and the weight of carrying immense responsibility. These themes made the character relatable, turning a superhuman story into a deeply human one. When Superman chooses to save lives rather than seek revenge, when he shows mercy instead of power, he becomes more than a hero, he becomes a symbol. The film beautifully captures that essence. The emotional climax, when Superman turns back time to save Lois Lane, remains one of the most debated and memorable moments in superhero cinema. While scientifically impossible, it symbolizes his deep connection to humanity and his refusal to accept loss. It's not just a display of power, it's an act of love. This moment captures everything that defines the character: strength guided by compassion, power tempered by heart. It's a testament to how the film balances grandeur with intimacy, making every extraordinary moment feel deeply personal. Superman's impact didn't end with its release. It spawned sequels, inspired countless filmmakers, and embedded itself into pop culture history. Christopher Reeve became synonymous with the role, embodying both the hero's ideals and his gentle humanity off-screen as well. His performance became the template by which all future portrayals of Superman would be judged. Even decades later, his legacy continues to inspire new generations of fans who look to the Man of Steel as a symbol of goodness in a complicated world. The film's lasting power also lies in its timeless message. No matter how advanced technology becomes or how complex modern storytelling grows, The essence of Superman, the belief in truth, justice, and hope, remains universal. The world of 1978 may have been very different from today's, but the need for heroes who remind us of our better nature is eternal. That's why Superman continues to resonate. It's not just a film about a hero, it's a story about the hero within all of us. Superman 1978 stands as more than just a movie. It's a cultural touchstone, a work of art that blended myth, emotion, and technical brilliance. Every frame reflects the care of filmmakers who believed in the power of storytelling to inspire. From its unforgettable opening to its soaring finale, the movie captures the heart of heroism and the beauty of believing in the impossible. Even after decades, when the cape flutters against the wind and the theme music swells, audiences are reminded of what made the character immortal. Superman isn't just a figure of fantasy, he's an enduring symbol of hope, courage, and the enduring belief that, even in the darkest times, light will always rise again.